getting this ticket has been a pain in the ass, but I know the ride is gonna be worth it. This is Africa's most unpredictable train experience. Forget about booking tickets online or making a reservation on the phone, because conventional rules don't apply here. They say the train departs twice a week, but we've heard of travelers waiting 5 days for the train to depart. But this is what makes it an adventure, right? Why go through all this trouble? People say that this is one of the most beautiful train rides in the world. Let's see if it's worth it. So we show up on Saturday morning around 10 a.m. The train is meant to be leaving that afternoon, according to what little we could find online. This is the board where the train's information will be updated. It took about 4 hours of waiting before we could finally get a ticket. It all has to be paid in cash. The train is not leaving today after all. We're told to go back tomorrow in the morning. At least we secured tickets. We have to go back with all of our things to the same guest house we stayed in the night before. We met a Japanese traveler and shared a bora with him on the way back. And now we wait. It's almost 7 a.m. Train scheduled for 7:30. We were told it could leave between 7:30 and 9. And that's it. Let's see how long it takes. And it's supposed to be a 22-hour ride. Most people slept on the floor in the waiting hall overnight. It seems we were the only ones who came back. The hall was packed. I didn't record them out of respect. This specific trade route facilitates trade between cities and makes it more comfortable for people to move, instead of using buses. That's why it's so popular. We have assigned seats, so there's no need to rush. We'll wait for most people to leave the hall. It's 11:30, so we've been waiting almost 5 hours, finally letting us in. Now the million-dollar question is, when are we gonna leave? And let's see. I know I keep saying let's see, but really, let's see, because we have no idea how long this is gonna take. Cabin number 4654. So we actually paid extra so we could get the whole cabin to ourselves, which is only $25 more between the two. And this is it. Oh god. Hello, Benjamin. How are we doing here? So this is our cabin. We could have saved money, but we wanted comfort, and we heard that they separate cabins by genders unless you book the whole thing, and that's what we did here. It was 34 USD per person, and off we go. We're off! So exciting! I've been on a train like this for ages. If you're in first class, a conductor will go to your cabin 3 times a day if you want food. It will be delivered to you, and then you have to pay the person directly. This was lunch. If not, you can go directly to the restaurant to eat. If you know me, you know that I'm not just gonna ride a train and make a video about it. Let's talk a bit about history. This train was completely built by China, and it was the first ever Chinese-funded project in Africa. It was finished in 1975. The reason? Zambia is very wealthy in copper resources, but it was still very dependent on neighboring and colonized Rhodesia, present-day Zimbabwe, when it came to exports. In order to avoid colonial powers, it was financed by China as a way to facilitate trade to the main port in the region, Dar es Salaam. And the train tracks are divided into 2 sections, from Zambia to Mbeya in Tanzania, and from there on to Dar es Salaam. The whole journey takes 56 hours. However, the first section from Zambia was not running when we took this, and that's why we started in Mbeya. So what do you do on such a long train ride? Admire the views. Just stare out the window and see how people live, or simply bring lots of entertainment with you. Hello, it's been a while, so I think it's around 5:30. All we know is that this train is epic because it drives through what we believe are national parks. You can actually get to see wildlife while you're doing this. Like, you're going on a game drive, you're going on safari while you're on this train, which is absolutely unbelievable. However, we don't know if we're gonna make it or not because our train is delayed. We don't know what time we're gonna make it there. We don't know if the train is actually delayed now, so let's see. We got some snacks on board, and that was the end of our first day on the Tazara train. Good morning, it's like 7:30 in the morning. We slept pretty well actually. The train is incredibly wobbly, but that aside was really good. The landscape has completely changed. If I didn't know any better, I'd say I was somewhere in, I don't know, Hawaii or Costa Rica. It looks very, very tropical outside right now. Ben just ordered breakfast. I don't like having breakfast, so let me show you what he has. I haven't given you a tour yet. Let me give you a tour. Now, downside of this whole thing, toilet, and I think this is the one reason why a lot of people might not sign up for here's a reminder, the 3 things I suggest you bring on this trip: wet wipes, snacks, and lots of entertainment. At this point, they only had fish left on board because they ran out of food. That's why I said make sure you bring lots of food with you.
What's up, guys?
Because the train runs so slowly at times, you can actually see wildlife from it. Its maximum speed is 30 kilometers per hour. It's a matter of luck to see if you're going through the game reserves while it's light out. We were not that lucky since it was still dark for the best views, but we still managed to see some monkeys, wildebeest, and zebras. People refer to this as the cheapest safari in the world. Accommodation and views for this price is unbeatable.
Hello there, we're finally pulling into Dar. The journey was supposed to take 22 hours. It took 28, which I don't think is bad. We thought it was going to take 30. But here we are. I highly recommend doing this. It was extremely comfortable. Yeah, sure, the mastermind might not be for everybody, but it is definitely an adventure. So if you're spontaneous and you think you can deal with not knowing when the hell you're going to arrive, I would highly suggest you do this trip. Tuk-tuk. Take a shower, grab a nice meal, and off we go.
And this was the end of our adventure. Don't forget to subscribe for more travel tips and stories from around the world.
Bye! This is the quintessential story of us getting a tuk-tuk because they wouldn't allow the tuk-tuk to go all the way in. And this is the story from rags to riches. We're completely covered in dirt, it's disgusting. And now we're gonna go stay in a 5-star hotel for free. Credit card points.